So today we're at Context Clothing in Madison, Wisconsin. And it's a shop that has men's stuff. Really good, high quality, denim, leather, it's all here. It's all for men. And this fine guy, this is why it exists. This is why a place like this can happen. Just tell me about it.
Well, we opened in December of 2005. We primarily were almost entirely raw denim.
Okay.
Very little else, but our criteria for buying raw denim was essentially where it was made, how it was made, specifically if it was made like the old way. So shuttle-loomed fabrics, salvage fabrics, and like I said, raw. We didn't really have any washed denim. It was all raw denim. Myself and my business partner Sam, we had a couple pairs that we had owned ourselves and had broken in and just by wearing it every day. And the strategy was pretty simple. We took our jeans that we had broken in, put them up on the wall for a demonstration as to what the jeans would look like after you lived in them, and then had the raw ones available for purchase, and just talked all day long to customers about how things are made and why it's a good investment to buy that premium denim.
You guys have a really nice selection of boots, which is kind of like my forte here.
Yeah.
And how did you come about? How did you come about finding such great quality boots and understanding that this is something that is really important to a guy's everyday thing?
Yeah, well, it stems from like, the approach to buying denim. That kind of made its way into everything else that we sell. Footwear being like basically footwear and leather goods being like the next most sensible product ranges to bring in from the denim. Funny thing, we didn't have any footwear in the store, and we got a call from Alden Shoes.
Okay.
And they asked us if we wanted to help like co-design a denim boot. And Sam and I were floored because we know Alden very well, and it's one of the best made shoes period.
Right.
So that's where it kind of started. So then we started saying, well, what's made in Wisconsin? Which brands are made in Wisconsin? And we're very fortunate. There's a long history of boot making and shoe making in Wisconsin. So I went to somewhere like Weinbrenner, take it to the factory, see how they make it, and we're just floored at how amazing the production is. And you meet the people that make it, and there's passion and engaging about the product as anyone you find anywhere. Right? So, we're all about telling the story about how it's made and why all the details are the way they are. And there's really no product that I can think of that is more fun to talk about than a pair of welted shoes or a pair of salvage jeans. So I guess that's why we have really good footwear, is because fortunately for us, it's not far from where we're located. You drive up to Marshfield to visit Weinbrenner, drive to Berlin to visit Russell Moccasin, or drive to Port Washington to visit Edmonds. We've got three amazing footwear companies that have been around for hundreds of years.
What's the key to buying the salvage denim? What does a guy need to look for? When it comes to fit, what does he got to understand?
Well, with fit, well, first of all, obviously the jeans are going to stretch out a little bit. You want to buy them a little bit snugger than usual. For most denim, anyway. There are jeans that, some sanitize or some shrink to fit. That obviously factors in how you buy them. But overall, with the customer, I always say, like, well, you want them to be comfortable. The guy's got to be comfortable with jeans. He's going to wear them every day, in some cases 5-10 years. So you kind of ask the guy, like, well, what do you want in your fit? Some guys want them more relaxed. Some guys want them more slim. But for us, it really comes down to like educating about the fabric and how, like, the nuts and bolts of the jeans, how it's put together, how it's stitched, how it's sewn. And that's where you start to see, the customer, like, certain things they latch on to, like if they like a slubbier fabric or a hairier fabric, or they like a flatter, more consistent fabric. Like we just said, Japan Blue just came in today. It's a 14.8 ounce fabric. I had two guys yesterday that absolutely love it because it's so heavy. It's ridiculously heavy. And then you have other guys who are like, I would never wear that weight.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, like the weight of the fabric is a big thing. It's gonna get really cold here very soon.
Right.
So the weight is usually a good thing now, but some guys just don't like the feel. Other guys, that's all they buy is the heaviest stuff. 14 to 16 ounce fabric. So, and they run super long because most of these, especially the Japanese brands, they just cut them super long.
Okay.
So that you can roll them up. You can roll them up, or you can hem them to exactly the length that you like. Okay. As opposed, almost none of our.
What are some of the other brands you guys stock?
We've carried APC from day one. and we sell those like crazy. That's kind of, for a lot of guys, like the starting point, the APC new standard. It's a really good fit, and it's a good price point. But we've always referred to it as the gateway jean. These guys that come in, often a younger guy will come in and get a pair of APC new standards, and then he's worn them for 6 months to a year, and it's like, okay, what else you got? And then we show them a brand like Shaco. Shacos are great. Fits are amazing. They use really good fabrics, and just super attention to detail. We carry Capital, the Cisco jean from them, again, all produced in Japan. Like I said, Japan Blue, that's been a great seller for us for years. I mean, again, like really heavy stuff, lots of like little subtle details. And then, you know, we have Railcar in California.
Okay.
You know, Railcar and Shaco being our two most powerful, best-selling U.S. produced denim. And then from time to time we'll find like specialty denim that is like really hard to find. Can't really speak of anything right now. There's a couple brands that like really tiny batch. Again, made by somebody who really is so into not just how the jeans are sewn together, but down to like how the rope is spun, how it's dip dyed. I mean, really like super denim nerd production.
Okay.
So
right on. No.
We're working on some of that right now. But we don't have it in, so I can't speak to it.
What's your best selling boot in the store?
The Beloit boot. The Beloit boot from Thorogood and the Roy boot from Alden. Those two are like just, we sell tons of those. Both plain-toed boots, like plain-toed brown boots.
Right. How do you start when it comes to fitting a guy with a pair of boots?
Well, we always say, you know, you want the heel to be secure. You don't want your heel to slide around. And then I always say, well, you know, they are premium boots, so you try them on. You go, a lot of guys will put them on, want to like bend their foot. I say, you know, put them on, lace them up, transfer all your weight to one side, so your foot kind of expands. You don't want to have any pain in the your footbed. You want to be able to wiggle your toes, but you want the heel to be secure. And they're not really going to, they're going to give a little bit, but you don't buy these boots expecting to stretch because of how they're pulled over the last and stitched together. So, yeah, and then you always ask, like, with some of these boots, you know, we're in Wisconsin, are you going to wear a heavy wool sock? You know, it has to factor in, make sure you're wearing the type of sock you're going to wear with the boot. Whereas Alden's more of a dress boot. If a guy comes in wearing a heavy wool sock, are you going to wear a heavy wool sock with that shoe, or more of a dress sock? You know, those are factors. And then pants too. If the guy is wearing, you know, the look is important, right?
Right. So, I mean, that's why guys are buying these, because there's a look. It's an after work. You can wear our work boots all day long, but we want to look a certain way when we're hanging out with the kids, when we're going to get a cup of coffee with the wife. We want that look. So
exactly. So yeah, those are factors. I mean, the fit, you know, how it feels obviously is important, and then from there it's the look.
Between the sizes, how many do you jump around? Full sizes, half sizes most of the time?
Like what do we carry? Like
no, when somebody's trying on a 9 and they say it's a little loose, do you take them down a full size, or do you start at a half size?
Half size, usually, yeah.
Do you handle widths also? Or you just...
We stock almost all D widths, but with Alden, we do a ton of special order.
Okay.
So we do, I mean, you can really order just about any width. And when I say it, literally not any width. Like there is an A width listed, but it doesn't actually exist.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a pencil.
Yeah, I mean, they have lasts that are labeled A, but you will never get an Alden shoe, from what I understand, that has an A listed on it, like in the model, and they'll say B. It's very confusing, but it's so when I say that, I mean not literally, but very common E's, double E's. We've done C widths before with Alden. And with Weinbrenner the same way. I mean, you know, you take the factory tour, you look at the bins of lasts, you see they make up to like a 20 triple E or something, 440 each, or something like that. So it's possible, I guess, but when you call Dick to order a pair of those, he's not always happy.
Right.
Context. Our address is 113 King Street, Madison, Wisconsin, 53703. You can contact us by phone at 608-250-0113 at any day of the week. Our website is contextclothing.com. You can email us at support@contextclothing.com. You can find us on Instagram. That would be @contextclothing, no space. You can find us on Facebook, Context Clothing. You can find us on, Twitter, yes, Twitter, @Context Clothing, no space once again. Thank you.